So, this is technically your car.
Okay.
You're parked across the street from this building. Oh, here's back a little further than that. You cold?
Yeah. Sorry.
I have a jacket over there if you want to put it on.
It's okay.
There's another old wrecked car parked there. Who are these people?
Just have them as 3 people just in case.
John likes miniatures.
Yeah.
I do too.
Basically, it's the.
You still haven't seen, and this guy was actually about this far down the alley. You haven't seen these guys come out of the alley yet. What are you doing? What do you do?
Well, I personally recommend that we go ahead and turn the car off, of course.
No, yeah, I assumed that.
Yeah, well,
As soon as you parked, the car was
That
turned off.
happened.
I would say that we kind of creep across the street, maybe like to kind of right around here-ish. Like, I'd like to be kind of crouching because I know that sometimes people who are being a little secretive
Yeah.
might be packing
You
heat.
putting her in front of you? You get up there in front of me. Okay, so you're walking down the street, or you cross the street, you can kind of go by that other car. Are you going far enough to look down this alley then? Or what? Right now you're not far enough to actually see any further than about right here.
I'm kind of at the corner of the car, I think,
Okay.
so that, like,
When you're just walking
I'm
out
kind
there
of-
looking.
she's like, whatever. I'm kind of like, and then I'm like, I can't really see her.
What are you doing?
What are you
doing?
doing? Let me just check under your skirt. Oh, you both peek around the corner of the car. You don't see anybody in the alleyway. You do notice there is a side door to this building.
In that case. Now, is there a just kind of public front door of the building, or is
Oh,
it
yeah.
like a locked front? Okay.
No, it's like a big public front door.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, this is kind of a nasty part of town. It's about a 3-floor tenement building. Probably very small apartments.
Let's
Pretty
just
small
go right
place.
to the alleyway, the entrance of the alleyway.
Okay, so you're starting to walk that way. Go ahead. You still don't see any sign of anybody.
Hey, why are you?
He kind of shoulders his way ahead as if he's checking you.
Yeah, of
Alright.
course.
Yeah, I'm not with the gun out.
And this isn't the kind of truck it is. It's actually just it's a pickup truck with a flatbed in the back. And you can see it. There's a side door to the building. What do y'all know?
Let's sneak into the building.
Let's see if I can just kind of jimmy the door.
Okay.
Like, is it locked or?
No.
Great. So yeah, let's just kind of discreetly walk into the
Okay.
building.
You slip in. There's a side hallway. You can see like a main foyer up ahead. There's obviously a lot of apartments. You can hear a baby crying somewhere. Somebody's yelling at his wife. Somewhere in this place. Very low class, very poor people probably live here. You don't see any sign of those 3 men.
Well, I thought.
Let's like walk around the first floor, but cautiously.
Okay. You start walking. You're looking around the first floor. There is hall's dirty. There's like debris on the floor, trash. There's the wallpaper's kind of starting to peel off and come down in places. It's obviously not been repaired in a long time. There is a sign on the door towards the front, across, almost like your apartment building, across from the mailboxes, says superintendent on it. Then there's some steps that go up. There appears to be one other apartment on this floor, and then there's a door that's just not marked. There's no number on it or anything. Could be storage, could be the number fell off and nobody replaced it. Who
Right.
knows? And then there's steps going up. This is a 3-story tenement building.
Let's knock on the door and ask the superintendent if they know anyone by the name of Timmons or suspicious characters.
Well, I would suggest
Tap,
that.
tap, tap, tap. You hear movement inside. Sounds like bottles clanking against each other. And then the door opens up. There's a man there. He's got a 2x4 in his hand. He looks you over and goes, "What?" He's overweight. He's wearing like a t-shirt that doesn't quite cover his belly. And there's a distinct odor. He's going bald. He's got like messy hair sticking out the sides. big jowls.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey, I'm with the Providence PD.
Let me see your badge.
I go ahead.
Don't get
and
any further than that before he starts talking. Go ahead. Oh, you pull your gun out.
Do we need to have any trouble here? I don't have time for this shit. We have 3 suspects who have entered this building lately. Do you know where they are?
There's a lot of people live in this building.
They entered just a couple minutes ago. Did you see them?
No, I'm listening to the radio in there.
Do you know anyone by the name of Timmons?
No, nobody named Timmons.
How about
Any
Simmons?
No.
any general
Baines?
suspecting any general suspicious people around here lately?
Everybody around here is suspicious.
Any occult things going on?
What? He seems generally baffled by that statement.
You know, witchcraft.
Why you got a woman with you?
Oh my
Mr.
god.
Cop.
Don't listen to her. She's another suspect
Hey!
in the questioning.
That's not very nice.
Thank you for your time. We are no help out whatsoever. Absolutely. Have a nice evening. We walk out.
He closes the door. Slammed it. Okay.
Is he hungry?
I like popcorn.
Interesting choice of questions that you guys threw at this poor guy. Well, he's a joke, but go ahead. Okay, so, what are you doing?
Well, what do you suggest?
Well, we've only been on the second or the first
floor.
floor, so let's go to the second floor.
Or we could check
Or-
unmarked.
There's one apartment down here. It looks like there's a number 1 on one of the doors. The other door across the hall from that one,
Yeah.
towards the back of the building, doesn't have anything on it.
Okay. Well,
Unmarked
let's.
door?
I'm gonna put my ear up to the unmarked door to see if I can hear
What's your listen?
anything.
Actually, just roll me a listen check.
25.
Okay.
17.
17?
Yeah.
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
It's dead quiet in there. Your guess is nobody's in there.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and listen in at the other door on the.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Make a roll.
Okay, so I've got 35.
Okay.
38. I failed.
Okay, and you need to check your listen if you haven't already. You know, check it, make it like a
Oh,
little mark
yeah,
high
yeah,
because
yeah.
you did it
I
successfully.
forgot.
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
There could even be like a person being murdered in the other room without hear it.
Well, if it was loud, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You're not hearing anything like if there's people talking, if there's
Uh-huh.
people moving around, or somebody's just sleeping in there and snoring.
Okay, let's go
If
to
somebody was screaming in that room, you would hear it. You wouldn't have to make a roll for that.
Yeah.
the second floor.
So number 1. Okay, so you guys are heading up the steps.
Yeah.
You go up to the second floor. Oh, I gotta figure out where these guys actually are. I'm making all this up as I go right now. Okay.
And how many floors did you say this place had?
Just 3 stories.
Okay.
Looks like 4 apartments on each floor. Really super narrow hallway in between each apartment. This is an awful building. More trash on the floor on the second floor. All 3 of the doors have numbers on them, but they're like crooked, like somebody just like nailed them in. And you can hear a crying baby from the one on the right immediately. Nothing from the one on the left, and it sounds like that arguing couple is towards the front of the building, somewhere on this floor.
So we don't hear anything from the one on the left?
Correct.
Okay, let's listen to the door.
Okay, you step up to the door, make me a roll, and
Yeah.
kind of try to listen to see if you can hear anything.
And there was another room on this floor that you said that we weren't really hearing any big specific sounds.
You walk forward and you realize there's screaming couples on the left towards the front of the building, and there's nothing coming from the right. And did you hear anything?
No.
Did you make the roll? Okay. Sounds pretty quiet in that room.
I'd like to go
Yeah,
ahead
you
and
can make your roll.
Alright, so 14, so I pass.
Okay. Yes. There's voices talking. It sounds like they're trying to be confidential. You know what I mean? Like. It does sound like it could be 3 men. You still have your gun in your hand.
You could always look
Okay.
underneath the crap in the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna
There
go
is
ahead.
light. There's light coming. There's light in that room.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that? Would I need to do a spot hidden for that?
No. You see
Okay.
light coming. Oh, you like gonna lay down on the floor
Yeah.
and try to put your.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Do me a spot hidden, because there's a good chance that this is like an outer. Well, it's kind of. Yeah, go ahead and make me spot hidden. If so, you can see into the room enough.
66, I fell.
Okay.
Dang it.
There's light coming from under the door, but the door is tight enough that you can't make out any details.
Okay, so
Well, what did you hear from yours?
nothing.
Okay.
Well, I know the spell,
Mm-hmm.
and if we burst in there, then I say the spell, then hopefully, if our theories are correct, if my theory is correct,
If your theory that they just happened to be in there with Douglas
Douglas
at a time.
Timmons should turn to dust. But
Wow.
But if you're
This
wrong,
one-
I like it.
then it'll go
Recklessness.
horribly.
yes.
And then we'll also give ourselves away.
However, we are both armed, but these things.
He has
could
his
be-
gun still in his hand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I've
His
just
gun
got
is right there in his hand.
Yeah, like
Yours is
so.
still in your purse at this moment.
We could.
Just
I-
kill the crap.
And then they were just an
Die,
innocent.
Douglas Timmons! Who?
And then they were just like an innocent. They were just an innocent couple.
Okay.
You're
How
gonna
about?
if there's light obviously in that room, it's not like you're gonna kick the door and then shoot into the dark. So you'll be able to see what's going on in that room. You can see the light coming out from underneath.
Unless Douglas is disguised as a grandmother.
No, hopefully not.
Kill all the grandmothers.
Anyway, Douglas and drag.
That's a pencil.
So.
Get me away from there.
So let's try the door. Not yet, though. I'm just-
Right.
I'm
You
just
guys are
gonna-
having a quick, very
Now we could.
quiet conversation.
yeah.
Now we could go with the little I'm the police again little routine.
We could do
Just
that.
kind of see what we can see on the inside.
But then we wouldn't have the element of surprise.
But if it's just a
Which
harmless
I
couple,
do like.
then we might give away the potential surprise for the real deal.
That's
In a movie, this would never happen.
true.
You guys would be having this long discussion in the hallway. Should we kick the door down or just knock? It'd be nice. What should we do about it? I'm not sure. What do you think?
Okay, well,
But you guys aren't in a time crunch at this moment. It's not like they're running away or coming at you.
But if we do it wrong, then we will be.
Potentially.
could
The landlord could be downstairs calling the cops right now.
Oh,
The
God.
landlord could be one of the three.
I
He
don't
could
even.
be working for Timmons. You don't know. That's the thing about a role-playing game. It could be anything.
Okay, so
It could have been the grandmother the whole time.
The grandmother.
why don't we pretend? Ooh.
Firefighters.
Oh no.
Firefighters. There's
Why
no
don't I
fire-
pretend to be a
Okay.
neighbor
There it
in
is.
need of sugar? We'll do that all the time, right?
You could. Remember, you're in a tenement building.
Right.
A bunch of poor people.
Bunch
and
of
probably
poor
a bunch of scumbags too.
Scumbags.
So
Wait.
it's not a bad idea. It could work.
I could pretend to be like a little old lady and use a little old lady voice. That way I wouldn't sound very threatening. But we could both have our guns out and have
If you
the
want.
spell ready. What do
And
you
you
have?
had the spell ready. All you have to do is chant.
Yeah. So technically you do have it ready. So that would be actually a pretty good plan.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do then.
And you can check around like while they have the door slightly open, see if the
So you're drawing your gun out of your purse, correct? And
Yeah.
holding it. Tap, tap, tapping on the door.
Oh, how about I just like have it like
concealed in your purse.
underneath my clothes or in my
Yeah, you've got
jacket
your
or
purse in your
something?
hand. You can put your purse in, like, you could hang your purse from one hand and hide the gun behind it.
Now mine's kind of hidden back in my pocket, of course.
Yeah, you could do exactly that.
Okay. So
So, what are you doing? You tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna knock on the door,
Uh-huh.
like kind of softly, but enough. to
Careful about
hurt.
knocking. It'll get her off. It'll get her going.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say it without having. You can, or you can just do like this
Tap,
on a
tap,
piece.
tap.
Okay, tap, tap, tap.
Hello. I'm in the middle of baking a pie and I need some sugar. Do
Okay,
you
both
have
of you
any?
make me a listen check first. Keep going, keep going. Do you have any?
Do you have any sugar I can borrow?
81.
That was a
Okay.
fail. Okay, make me a listen check. And then she coughs. I have the consumption. 48 out of what you
25.
25.
Right, okay. give it to you. And the noises that you heard inside of the people talking stop.
Mm.
And then someone shouts, "Go away!"
Well, it's me, Mrs. Mary from down the hall. Please open up. I need some sugar. My pie will be ruined.
Oh my god. There's just silence from inside that door now.
Should we just burst in here? They didn't.
Well, I'm guessing that the arguing couple and the baby. I'm just thinking. Well, my guess is that the arguing couple and the baby might be still nice and loud, so that.
Yeah, you can still hear them.
So they're pretty much like masking some degree of sound anyway.
Yes.
From like the rest of the apartment.
Yes. But you heard voices before, and they're dead. It's dead quiet in that apartment. It's hard to tell. There's no freaking light in this hallway, so the only light's coming in from outside.
Okay.
There's a light. There's a lamp. It's not lit. Whether the bulb's burnt out or it's broken or just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dark in here.
Okay, let's see. Well,
Oh.
wait, what's your power? I mean your.
My power?
Well, like, what's the wait, strength, I guess. What's your
What?
strength? Yeah.
Her strength?
My
Oh, strength is up in upper right.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay, I've got 12.
10.
Yeah.
So I guess that I'll be doing the door kicking down. Would it be just kicking the door down? Well, kicking the door in,
No, wait.
or just shoot the door?
Just make sure.
Shooting doors doesn't really do anything.
Dang it.
All it does is mess up the lock. You're gonna want to put your shoulder to it, and then I'll
Do
do
the
it.
whole, like,
Yeah,
I
I'll give
have,
you
like-
what I'll do is give you a strength times 5.
Mm.
These are pretty weak doors,
Mhm.
so you'll probably get a small bonus
um,
if you want to just kick it. I mean, break the door.
just make sure that before we start shooting, we look around and see if it's actually the people that we're after. We don't have any idea what they look like. Or this could be, if Douglas Timmons is in there, don't shoot him. Give me time to save stuff. Unless he starts coming after you.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, if it is the people we want, they probably have some protection out, as in some guns.
Anyway.
Okay, the door jerks open,
Oh god. While we're out here, no.
and there's a man there with a gun in his hand,
Oh god.
and he recognizes it's Brian Timmons.
Oh my god. Okay.
And he's pointing the gun at. You guys are. Let's see. You weren't just like right outside the door,
Yeah, I was.
but you were pretty close because you were just talking in the door. So you're closer to the door, and you're a little ways away. You guys had this conversation,
They
right?
made a listen check.
Yeah, they made a listen check. He's pointing his gun at you. It doesn't look quite like this. It's more of a snub nose.
Yeah.
It's a 38. It's a little bit. You have a 32, don't you? What's written on that? No, it's on the other side.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's
Yeah, on the
right
bottom.
here.
32.
You have a 32. It's a little bit bigger than you. Makes you think of a police gun.
Okay.
And he goes, "Mary Jane, it is so nice that you have joined us. If thou and your friend could come in, it would be pleasant for us all."
Okay.
And you still have your purse in front of you, and you do have your gun in your hand.
I'm gonna keep.
Did you have your gun out in
Well,
your hand?
My gun wasn't out, but it's in my pocket, so I could.
I thought it was in your hand when you had it out.
Could have been in
I
your
put it back in my
hand.
pocket because if she was gonna do the little sugar routine. then
Okay,
I
I'll
was-
give you that. All right. And this gun is cocked. This gun is cocked. Too.
Okay, so let's shuffle in.
Okay, he backs into the room. There's another man in there, the bearded man that you saw that's all scruffy looking. He also has a gun. Spot hiddens for both of you guys, please, real quick. No, this is
Really?
getting so ugly so
I should
quickly.
really grab my spot hidden up the last next time around. 64, so I fail.
Okay.
107.
107. That's,
Zero,
oh,
zero,
07 is good. 07.
Oh, is it?
If it's 00, it's 100. But otherwise, that count the 00 counts as a 0.
It's like an
Alright.
07. The man
07.
with the beard's holding another police special. It looks like another police revolver, and you can see the shaking. It's like shaking a
Like
lot.
he's.
And the third person in the room is Jarvis. And he's in the back of the room, and he's just kind of standing there, and he looks kind of out of it.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like his eyes are unfocused. He's kind of like...
Like he's in some sort of a trance.
It does look like he looked right before he left the room. And it reminds you of how she looked when she was trying to drive the car.
Mm-hmm.
And Timmons has you come into the room, and he says, raise your hands, please.
Well, I have my gun.
You have your gun.
In my
Now, he
purse,
pointed
so-
at you when he said,
Oh.
raise your hands,
Oh, okay.
please. And he doesn't appear to be paying much attention to you, actually.
Okay, okay.
Close the door. Okay, close the door behind you. Cool. It's so nice of you to join us, Mary Jane. It's a shame that you found out the things that you found out, and it's a shame that you will both have to die. You should have just left, as I said before. And you can see the other guy's pointing his gun at you, but it's doing this number like this. And he looks like, the other guy, the guy with the beard, looks scared to death. His eyes are wide,
Mm-hmm.
his mouth is kind of open, he's like, he just looks terrified.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
You did that very well.
I try. Yeah, I'll quick draw this little room here. It's a very small apartment. Here's the door. There's a window here. There's a couple windows. And it looks like, you guys, one of the things that I didn't mention is that this apartment building had, towards the back in the stairwell, there were some doors that, when you peeked inside, there was a bathroom.
Okay.
So none of these apartments have their own bathrooms. It's like a shared
Wonderful.
bathroom on each floor. So there's like a kitchen area back here, and it looks like there's a bed. The hallway is out here, and you guys have come into the room. And we'll use this preacher guy for Douglas Timmons. This is the two of you. You still have your gun in your hand hidden by your purse. This is the bearded guy. And then Jarvis is over here way in the corner. He doesn't have a gun or anything like that.
Guess I don't have time to chant the spell.
You have no idea. Yeah, it takes about a round of combat in this is between 2 and 5 seconds. It's kind of ambiguous.
Okay.
You would guess it would take you about 10 seconds to chant the spell.
So in other words, he can get a
So-
couple of shots.
Yeah.
Potentially, you
definitely.
don't know. You also don't know how it affects a person if you chant the spell. You know, the other guy didn't do anything before you finished the spell and he like turned to dust.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he was paralyzed by the spell or whether you just didn't know what was going on, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of variables right now. Unfortunately, there's a gun pointed at him. The gun pointed at you seems... That guy, something's wrong with that guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
he looks just terrified out of his mind, and his eyes keep kind of going to Douglas Timmons. You know what I mean? It's like,
Like, do you want me to do him or what kind of?
he just looks very, very frightened.
Okay.
Now, how close am I to Douglas anyway?
You are, each of these squares is about 5 feet.
Okay, so I'm
So
like,
you came in and closed the door, and I'm assuming you guys are about like this. So you're about 5 to 7, between 5 and 7 feet away from him, which is really close if someone's pointing a gun at you.
yeah, but not very close if, yeah, so
If
not
what?
like close enough to just touch him or anything.
No, you'd have to lunge
No,
at
but
him,
his,
and he is
like,
pointing the gun
arms
would
right
be a
at
horrible
you.
idea.
Now here's how combat works: if someone has a gun ready in their hand pointing at you, normally combat goes by dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
But people with guns who are ready, and I'm going to consider your gun in your hand is ready,
Mm-hmm.
get to go first. They get their first shot off before anybody can do any kind of physical actions like jumping him.
Okay, so, but,
Then it goes by dexterity. If his dex is better than yours, he'll get another shot potentially if this gun can shoot more than once in a round to shoot you. And then if the gun fires 3 times in a round, then they get to fire one more time at the end of the round. It's pretty much kind of how it goes. If someone's pointing a gun at you, like he's doing right now, jumping them, he will get a shot off. Whether he hits you or not, he has to make a roll.
yeah.
He might not have a very good roll, but at this range, that doubles his chances of hitting
Uh-huh.
because you're super close.
Okay, well, my idea was that I would try to just kind of do the little kind of like dropping my body weight to kind of just like hit the floor, but then kind of smuggle the gun up. But if
You
But
could
it's kind
try
of-
to do that. Now, also, your dodge
would it?
check. You should have a dodge skill.
mm,
The first shot fired at you in any round, you can attempt to dodge it.
no, that's just the first shot.
Just the first shot. If the gun only fires one shot per round, you can dodge that shot.
Okay,
If it
because then
fires
the other
more
ones
than
I'm
one
kinda
shot per
busy
round.
doing my little movements.
Yeah, then he can boom, boom, keep trying to shoot you. And dodging is an action, so trying to dodge can cause you to have trouble doing other actions.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it's, the rules are pretty murky, and I try to run it so it's kind of realistic, basically. Right now, you guys are in a bad position.
Yeah, we're in a really bad position right now.
But he says, what does he say?
He said that we found out too much and now he's gonna have to kill us.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Wow, gosh, I got all involved with the rules and I forgot that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say,
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna say? This could save your life. Keep that in mind.
oh, you know, just because we gave you the book doesn't mean we gave you all the pages to the book.
What? Why would you say that?
Oh, that's good.
You think that
He looks over at the bearded guy. He goes, Haley, bring me the book. And he backs up very slowly, keeping the gun pointed at you. He seems to be completely ignoring you. Haley was.
But now his gun is off of me.
Yeah. Now Haley walks over to. There's a little table over here in the kitchenette, and he picks up the book, and Timmons is still pointing at you. You're the obvious threat here. She's just a woman, and he's from the 1700s. So.
yeah.
And he says, "Open it." And Haley starts opening the book, and Timmons is looking at the book and looking at you very quickly, and he's telling Haley to flip the pages. What are you doing? Are you doing anything?
Well, I kind of wanted to.
We'll do it.
You can. You can do anything you want. Okay,
Well, then-
are you pulling the gun and shooting it? Or are you just drawing the gun and aiming? What are you going to do? And actually,
Now, if you want to, you could.
no, we're going to do this. We're going to reverse y'all's positions, just because then it's kind of like where you're sitting at the table compared to me.
Okay.
I think that'll simplify things a little bit.
Yeah.
And so he's pointing out this way, but you're further apart than that now. Are you drawing and firing?
Yes.
Okay, so just boom, trying to shoot Timmons. Okay. All right, so you are,
About
you
50
backed
feet.
up, so you're about
10
10 or
feet.
11 feet away. What's your dexterity? Your dexterity is only an 8. Okay, so, no, that's okay. You're not going to get the point blank shot. So this is your percentage chance of hitting him with a bullet. Boom! So make a roll.
42.
42, you just missed. Boom!
Oh
Haley still had the gun in his hand. He shrieks and just drops his gun. Boom, boom. It hits the
Wow.
ground right there at his feet. Boom.
no.
This guy has some issues right now. I'll explain after the game is over. Timmons, I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me get all you guys' dexes.
So wait,
And we're gonna figure the order which things happen.
8.
And who just dropped to the floor?
He didn't drop. He dropped
He
his
dropped
gun.
his gun.
Okay.
Haley's gun dropped
Okay.
to the ground.
Well, I'm.
Jarvis is still over here in a daze. So
And
you're
then
an 8.
dexterity 9.
So Mary Jane Holland is an 8. Your dex is a 9. McKeefe is a 9. Timmons. Haley. Let's give Haley. Haley's is there's Haley. Douglas Timmons. Wow.
It's got 12 dexterity.
No, his is pretty high though. He's a little shocked that there's a woman with a gun, but he rallies himself fairly quickly. The gun comes off of you,
Oh no.
goes towards you.
I'm scurrying toward this bed and
Okay.
getting my gun out at the
Hold
same
on,
time.
hold on. You gotta
That's
wait till your dex,
Ah,
but
right.
you'll be able to do that. He aims at you. Shoot, I didn't write down his gun stats.
Yay.
Mary Jane.
Oh
Yeah, he's going first because he has a 15 dex actually.
Oh dang.
How many shots per round? Attacks per round. Okay.
Why did I do that?
Okay. No, it was a good idea. If you'd hit him, it would have been great. And he fires a shot and panic. Boom!
Oh,
Well, I don't even know what his percentage chance with a pistol is. Oh no! Douglas Timmons. Nothing. What's the base there on your character sheet for pistol? Is it 20%?
Pistol.
Over on the right, handgun. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, handgun.
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
20. So he's within his deck, so he gets to double that. But that still isn't terribly great. Do you want to try to dodge his first shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if he actually would have hit you. He rolled an 0.6, which is a hit. He had a 40% chance. 1/5 of 40 is what?
1/5 of 40 is 8.
40 divided by 5 is 8. That's an impale too. Did you make your roll on your dodge?
Yeah.
You did?
I got a 32 out of 16.
Oh, you missed.
Oh.
Okay, so the bullet does hit you. It's a very deadly game. You could lose your character, Megan. I mean, Caitlin.
Same kind of
Oh,
noise.
oh. 11 points of damage.
Oh.
How many hit points have you got?
12.
You have 12. Okay. So
Lucky ducky.
you're at 1, which means you're unconscious.
Okay.
Okay. He shoots you. It hits you in the.
That away.
I have this die that I love. Let's see where he hits you. Oh, abdomen.
Right.
No, hit you in the abdomen. You
So
stumble
that's
backwards
kind
and
of a
crash into the wall,
place to
and you
finish
fall
off.
down. Well, but
At least I'm alive for 10
if you can get her
hours.
to a hospital,
Yeah.
she could still survive if you
If
manage
I
to
don't
bring
bleed
this up.
Mm.
Yeah, he aimed low. Down she goes. That was his gun round, and then we move on to the everything else thing. And
Everything else around.
well, what I'm saying is, this guy doesn't have a gun because he dropped it. He flipped out. He's actually heading towards the window, and he just jumps right out the window. He's like, ah! And Timmons' gun is coming back around towards him, and there's a sneer on his face. He looks pissed.
Yeah, what about Jarvis?
Jarvis is
Okay, so he's just like
Jarvis
one
is
of
out of it.
So my
What do you want to do?
I wanna-
He still has another shot with his gun, actually, so he's going to go at the same time that you're going. You could draw and fire if you wanted. If you move, depending upon how far you move, you won't be able to get your gun out and shoot it. So what's your call?
I'm gonna go ahead and pull my gun out and see what I can get at this range.
Okay, you could also step closer. What's your dex?
My dexterity is 9,
9. If you want to get that point blank shot thing, you'll probably want to step closer to him.
and would I be able to still get my gun out at the same time?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
assume so.
You can draw the pistol, step up, and then fire at him. Boom! He's firing at you at the same time now. It's kind of simultaneous. Because he saw that, and then he saw you draw, and his gun came around. He's also at point blank range, but what is your handgun?
My handgun is it's a Colt 45. Percentage is 34. Damage is
34?
yeah.
Okay, so you have a
34%.
78, wait, 34 times 2. 68% chance of hitting.
Okay.
Because you doubled because you're within point blank range. He missed you.
I got 38, so I hit.
You hit him.
Yeah.
38 out of 64 is not 1/5, so it's not an impale. What's the damage?
1d10 plus 2. So.
Okay, roll a 10-sided die, add 2 points.
Alright, so 9. He took 11 damage.
Gee, Christmas. Okay. Yeah, but he is still up. He is badly injured.
He is still alive.
Let's see where you hit him.
I hit
You
him
caught
in
him
the
in
shoulder.
the right shoulder. Ah! Lot of blood. There's a lot of blood on the wall behind him.
So I guess.
He screams. Oh, how many shots per round? Is it just one with the 45?
yeah. Well, let's see. Shot that one attack per.
Right,
number
because
of
it's
attacks.
got such a kick that you can't get it back in position fast enough. So the next round, you're on the ground and the two of you are facing off again. He's like, "You don't understand." Now he actually technically gets to go first now with both your guns facing each other. So he's gonna take another shot. He missed again.
Awesome.
Boom!
Holla.
You feel the bullet go right by your ear. It's like, and then he gets ready to fire a second shot. You're gonna get your first shot off before he gets his second shot off. Make it count.
So it's
He's
under
badly.
68
He's hurting
again?
too. Yes. You're still double chances.
All right, 72
No,
down.
72. You missed. He's firing his second shot at you. 64 is a miss.
Awesome.
You guys just.
You guys,
Nobody's
like
taking cover.
Jarvis is like whatever.
You're like stormtrooper. Jarvis is out of it. He's got that mind. He's
like,
messed
what?
up, man. Okay, so next round, you gotta keep
Yeah, I'm
firing
gonna
away. Okay. He gets his
Oh right. he
shot off
gets his
first.
First.
77. Nope. He's having trouble. He keeps like cocking.
Oh god.
He's obviously not familiar with the weapon. How many times has he fired? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Okay, and you
He's
fired
missed 3
once.
shots at me.
Yeah. Make your roll. You can shoot him back, and then he'll get his last shot of this round.
All right, 53.
53 is a hit. Okay.
Should I go ahead and roll for damage?
Roll damage. You cut him in the foot.
Okay.
It's crazy. Have you stood within 10 feet of somebody and tried to kill each other? You're like.
Yeah, 6 plus 2 is 8, so he takes 8 points of damage to the foot. Does it at least make him like trip or something?
Maybe his bone. Like,
Yeah.
shatters.
It does.
It like
You hear
hurts
him.
his ankle, I guess.
Oh god.
You see the ankle just like explodes, and he's like, ah, and he shrieks, and he goes down onto the ground.
Oops.
And so do you. No. The gun flies out of his hand, skitters across the floor, and he's gasping there for a moment, and then you hear the death rattle in his throat. You heard that plenty of times
The
during the
death.
war. Yeah, he's dead. She's laying on the ground in a puddle of blood,
Oh good.
and then you just leave, right?
Oh
No.
god. Please take me
I'm
with
just
you.
kidding.